We're here in Fresno, California, just about set to go. The East Tennessee State Buccaneers riding a 14-game winning streak, coming in to do battle with the hometown Fresno State Bulldogs. Bulldogs short-handed, Scott, and that, of course, is going to affect them a great deal. They only play 7, maybe 8 players. Here are the starting lineups. Gerald Fields was Key Wadood, and Tim Smith, Ben Rhoda, and James Anthony. For Fresno, Shante Leggins, Marcus West, Drake Bolden, Francis Kofi, and Mustafa Al-Sayad. That's the way they will line up. Buccaneers, of course, a lot deeper. They'll go 8, 9, maybe even 10 deep today.
Well, they're going to need all 8 or 9 players. Again, Fresno State a little shorthanded, has 3 players suspended for the rest of the season. East Tennessee State's going to push that tempo. Murray Bartow really likes to get out, play 94 feet.
You can see his team having already won 20 games, and this is a team that really comes in here on a roll. As we said, 14 in a row. They've won 10 games on the road, and I think a lot of that may be attributed to senior leadership, and they certainly have that. Ray Lopes for Fresno State in his second year here and having to deal with NCAA sanctions. NCAA sanctions and having to suspend 3 players for the remainder of the season. So he's kind of making do with what he's got.
Well, he's playing a little bit short-handed. They're going to have to slow the game down here today. Again, play 7, maybe 8. So they cannot run up and down even at home against this East Tennessee State team.
Here are the officials: Ramey Styons, Billy Dunlap, and Mike Bryan Forte. Tennessee State will be, East Tennessee State, that is, will be in the blue, and Fresno in the white. With that, we are set to go. Fields and Al-Sayad to jump center. Comes down into the hands of Smith. Smith clearly the quarterback of this Buccaneers team. Listed at 5'9", I promise you one thing, he lies.
Fun little matchup. Shante Leggins and Tim Smith, quick on quick at the point guard position.
Here is Smith with Leggins in his pocket. Leggins will be asked to go 40 minutes, I'm certain, today. Drop it down this time for the big man Fields. Fields kick out, Wadood. That's a 3 to start the game.
How about your 6'5", 2 1/4, 4-man stepping out and knocking down a 3 to get you off to the right start on the road.
Quite a player and a tremendous athlete, Zaki Wadood. This is Bolden. Drop it down to Al-Sayad. He draws a crowd. Now Leggins, and he brings Smith out right with him.
Well, East Tennessee State will mix up their defenses. They'll show some man. They'll show some full court pressure, some 3/4 court pressure, depending on how the game is flowing.
Kofi, tough shot with a man in his face. One only. And a rebound down into the hands of Wadood. Get it ahead quickly to Smith in the lane.
Well, Ray Lopes said defensive transition will be so important for our team. And you see Tim Smith, that quickness, he will go as far as he can until they stop the basketball.
Fresno State wants to take the air out of the ball. They'd like to play 25, 30 seconds every possession if they can. Keep the game in the 50s. Although against this team, I don't think that's likely.
No, it's going to be difficult. Tennessee State forces the tempo by trying to come out, make you play quicker than you're comfortable in doing.
Good job, James. Way to play.
This is West. West, good shooter when he gets going. A leaner, tough shot. Won't go, and there's Wadood again. And Smith, they will push it off makes, and they will push it off misses.
Well, and even if they don't get it on the first one, they like that secondary transition.
How do you like that one?
There's the guy we talked about at the open, Wadood, with 2 threes and a chance for a 4-point play. Again, they like to run, get out in transition, but if they don't have it, they've got a secondary transition. Wadood trails, knocks down the big 3, and East Tennessee State off to a great start, Barry.
What a tough shot that was. Not only gets it to go, he's at the line, foul on Kofi. Can't convert the 3-point play. Al-Sayad rebound.
Well, you see early why Wadood was the Southern Conference preseason player of the year, and he's doing nothing to dispel that hype.
There's Leggins, tries to put it on the floor against Smith. Good defense being played by the Buccaneers right now. This is Bolden. Again, a tough shot with a man in his face, and he can't get it down. Fresno State has not had a good look this entire game.
Well, you can get that shot anytime. You need to work the basketball 30 seconds into that shot clock, and you're going to get a much better shot.
Smith trying to break it down. Now Fields puts it on the floor, takes it to the 10.
But the best front court in the Southern Conference, and we're seeing why. 2 for 2 from 3 is Wadood, and then his partner and best friend Gerald Fields putting it on the floor. And we talked about Wadood's size. He goes 6'5", 220. How about Fields? He goes 6'7", 260, putting it one time on the floor all the way to the basket.
He is a load going to the basket too. Here he is again.
Well, I wouldn't want to step in and try to take a charge against that.
Perfect shooting night so far for the Buccaneers. 4 of 4, and as you said, 2 of 2 beyond the arc. Can't hardly do it better than that.
No, I can't script it much better when you go on the road. And I know Murray Bartow a little concerned with how his team would respond. Stepping out of conference play, they've played so well, 14-0 in the Southern Conference, and it's hard for these young men to understand how good and how talented and athletic a Fresno State team is, but they certainly come in, have not been intimidated, and got off to a great start.
Yeah, and again, we talk about Fresno wanting to keep this game in the 50s if they can. Well, we played 2.5 minutes, and the Bucks have 10.
Well, Fresno's doing their part, but they got to get some stops on the other end.
That's right. As Leggins penetrate lead for West. First good look they've had, an air ball put up. Bolden will give Bulldogs a second chance. Will pump fake. Leggins with the left hand, too hard off the window. And right now the Bulldogs can't find one, and we're going to get a reach-in foul on Fresno State. It's going to be called on Adams.
And it's going to be rough down low. Both these teams aggressive on the glass on both ends, and that's who Fresno State needs to get involved, Shante Leggins. And look at that aggressive board work by Wadood.
Here's Ruder. Ruder not a real threat to shoot it from out there. And we're going to go the other way.
Ray Lope did a nice job that time. Drops back into his zone. He's going to have to mix it up depending on the flow of the game. And was not happy with that individual one-on-one effort in the first couple of minutes. Dropped back to the zone and got the turnover.
I didn't like those numbers. Story of the game, isn't it?
Well, it's tough to win when you can't put it in the hole. And Fresno, good idea, trying to get the ball down low. Really struggling on that offensive.
Yeah, not only missing, but missing badly. Here's Smith with the left hand. Is it goaltending? No, say the officials. Didn't get up over the cylinder. And here come the Bulldogs.
Well, Shante Leggins, he's the experienced fifth-year senior. He's the one that's got to set the tempo, get Fresno into the offense, get good shots. It's his responsibility.
And a good move to the basket that time by Adams, but an even better look from Leggins.
Exactly. He can sense, and that's what experienced point guards do. They sense when the game's getting away from them, and they jam it inside. When your shot's not going from outside, get the ball, go strong to the basket, and that time goes up, gets the body and the basket.
Chris Adams, a junior from San Francisco. Came down here from City College of San Francisco. Excellent football program and the basketball program improving there as well. Bartow barking out of play to Smith, and I'm not sure Smith understood it.
Looked a little confused. Again, Fresno back in that zone. East Tennessee State has got to get the ball inside at that high post, the short corner. You can't just pass it around the perimeter.
This is Fields facing up on Adams. Nice kick that time. And a miss that time by Anthony. Was that man missed, and that is up and good.
Well, second chance opportunity is going to kill you if you cannot defensive rebound. And Tim Smith off to a great start. Not really known for his perimeter shooting. If he knocks that down, he's really tough to guard because you got to go out and really pressure him, and that's when he goes by you.
And what East Tennessee State has done here is take the crowd completely out of this game. There's a miss by Leggins, one only, and Wadood the rebound. Ahead to Smith. Here comes Smith. Good job by the Bulldogs. Get back defensively. They leave Wadood.
See if Fresno tries to pound it down low. The only place they've been successful trying to get the ball down on the low block.
Trying to drop this one down to Adams. Worked on by Wadood. Now a kick out this time. Bolden. Oh, it's Marcus West. I beg your pardon.
Isn't it amazing how much better shot you get once you throw the ball inside and work inside out?
And Wadood posting up, little turnaround.
Man, is he alone.
Quick, too.
Wow, 2 threes, and then shows his skills down on the low blocks with the jump hook.
2-3.
Wadood at 6'5", so has some size. Will give you a matchup problem.
Well, this time East Tennessee State drops back to a 1-2-2. See if Fresno recognizes Got to get in those seams. Got to get somebody there at the high post.
The skip pass for West with a man flying at him. He misses everything. Loose ball picked up underneath by Al-Sayad. And right back the other way. Anthony that time beat Fresno back, and a follow attempt by Wadud is knocked away, and here come the Bulldogs. So the Bulldogs with a chance to get back-to-back hoops for the first time in a long time.
Well, they were fortunate. East Tennessee State pushes it every time down. Just missed the bunny that time. With Fresno, you're going to be open short corner on the low block, go inside out as they did last possession.
James, swing it!
There's West. Leggins with the bigger Wadud on him. That's West again. He misses. Al-Sayad will give the Bulldogs another chance. Al-Sayad did good work on the boards. So again, the shooting woes for Fresno State continue. They're 3 of 12.
That's remarkable. They're shooting 40% and only averaging 58 points per game here at home, while they're shooting 45% on the road.
Good move with the right hand that time. A running hook by Al-Sayad.
Well, that will cure your ills. Get the ball down low, going right at the basket. Al-Sayad's been effective early.
And get the crowd back in the ball game also. Here's Wadud, little jump stop, trying to leave it, nobody there. Loose ball, bodies everywhere, jump ball call. Possession arrow is Fresno. We'll take a timeout with 12:50 remaining to be played here in the first half. This is our first time out of the ball game. It's immediate timeout, 15-10. The Bucks over the Dogs. We'll be back. Ray Lopes looking on. His team has cut a 10-point lead back to 5. 12:50 remaining here in the first half. And Zaki Wadud got his team off early.
Well, he's got 8 points here early. He says, let me show you the whole package. I can shoot it off the catch. I can shoot a little step back three and the foul. And oh, by the way, I can go down to the low post and show you a little jump hook as well. 8 points here early for East Tennessee State.
Preseason player of the year in the Southern Conference, Zaki Wadud. He and Gerald Fields, the two seniors, best pals. They room together, hang out together on the court and off the court. Great influences on one another.
Is there any doubt that he'll be the postseason player of the year as well?
Not in my mind.
Not after what we've seen.
A lot of talent in the Southern Conference.
Oh, no question, no question. But East Tennessee State's certainly been the class 14 in a row. Vying to be the first team since College of Charleston to run the table in the Southern Conference.
And they play College of Charleston the last game of the season at Charleston. Long three for Shante Leggins.
Well, you got to get number 13 involved. He's got to get some touches on the offensive end. He's their leader.
Boy, and he has been asked to do a lot.
And play a lot.
Yes.
As you said, he'll certainly play 40 minutes. Played 50 minutes in 2 double overtime games earlier this year, back-to-back. And crowd getting into it. It's amazing how your defensive energy picks up when you knock down a few shots.
No question about it. Down low, that's Fields. Turnaround, won't go. And Knuckles fights for the rebound. It's off his hands and out of bounds to Fresno State. And the Bulldogs will now have an opportunity to tie or take the lead. We'll jump away. 11:45 remaining to be played here in the first half. And a look at the scoreboard. So is East Tennessee State 15 and Fresno State 13.
Leader averages 15 points, 5.5 assists a game, and he's got to be the creator, the playmaker for this Fresno State team. Transfer started for 3 years at Cal in the Pac-10. Very effective player at Cal, and Ray Lopes very fortunate to have him in the lineup.
Yeah, Ray Lopes and he have a relationship that goes back to the time that Shante Leggins was a little kid living in Goleta. That's near Santa Barbara. And Ray Lopes was an assistant at UCSB, ran a summer camp, and befriended Leggins. And Leggins, as soon as Ray Lopes got the job, said, hey, I love it here in Berkeley, but I'm going to go play with my old pal. Al-Sayad gives Fresno another chance off a miss by Leggins. Al-Sayad doing well on the board.
He sure is. Very effective. Fresno's very fortunate the way East Tennessee State came out like a ball of fire. They fought back valiantly after going 0 for 6.
And they're going to get the foul down low, I think, on Fields.
Buccaneer foul number 1, General Fields.
So the Bulldogs will retain possession down 2.
Yeah, after starting 0 for 6 from the field, they've come back and they're 5 and 8 since. And we talked to Ray Lopes about their shooting woes at home. They're shooting 40% from the field, only averaging 58 points per game at home, and 45% from the field and averaging 67 points per game on the road.
Yeah, we asked him if there was any accounting for it because this is a new building, and I thought maybe the background's different. Something. He said no. He said we just can't shoot it.
It's a mystery of the universe. That's an anomaly. He said if I could figure that out, I'd bottle it and sell it.
Exactly. Solve the meaning of life. Here is the good look at the Save Mart Center. Capacity of 16,000, and the Bulldogs, generally speaking, will sell it out. It is a noon game here on the West Coast on this Saturday, and on television, so the crowd probably not what it would be were this a night game.
They're going to host the WAC tournament this year, so I know they're excited for that tournament coming up as East Tennessee State gets the turnover on the defensive end.
Yeah, Leggins, one of the rare times, just kind of lost the handle on it. Usually takes care of the basketball extremely well. Scott in the ball game now for the Buccaneers. Aaron Scott, good athlete, good shooter. This is him with the ball. Radu pull up with a man in his face. And maybe Bolden might have got a hand on that ball.
Well, the flow of this game has certainly changed once Fresno went back to that zone. East Tennessee State was tearing them up in that man-to-man. They go back to the zone. East Tennessee State's had a hard time finding good shots.
I remember Ray Lopes told us, don't be surprised if you see a lot of zone today.
He said, we'll do whatever's working.
We'll get a little hand check on Scott.
East Tennessee State
Non-shooting situation, 13 fouls.
Ray Lopes would prefer to play a little bit more up-tempo than what he's able to do this year with this team, with the 3 suspended players out of the lineup. He only goes about 7-8 deep, so he's had to slow down the tempo, a little bit more ball control type of offense this year. You know, they lost those 3 suspended players, and that was 55% of their offense.
Yeah.
33 points and 13 rebounds a game out of the lineup for the rest of the year.
They played a game earlier this week. Nice effort by Al Sayad, and one. Sorry to say they played a game earlier this week at Boise. Marcus West had turned an ankle in the game prior and played only 1 minute against Boise. As we take a little look at this.
He's been effective down low.
And with West out of the lineup in the Boise game and the suspensions to Jonathan Woods, Ronaldo Major, and Terry Pettis, they had lost 72% of their offense.
And that really wears on you. That puts more pressure on guys like Shante Leggins and El Sayad, and they're playing a lot of minutes. We asked Ray Lopes before the game, how is that going to impact him down the stretch? And he said, heretofore I have not seen that they're wearing down, but I really have to be careful how much I practice them and how hard we practice, because I know they're going to have to go 38-40 every night.
I think it says a lot about Ray Lopes, though, too. I mean, he's setting a tone here. This is his second year, and a good year last year. Played in large part with Jerry Tarkanian's players. That's up from the outside by Strong, and he misses the shot. Here's Fields kicking out for Anthony. Now Wadu. Restart.
Yeah, there's no question. He's trying to set the tone. This is going to be a disciplined, organized program. And even though they certainly miss those players as we get the loose ball there, Fresno gets the time and the extra possession. Great effort that time by West.
Yeah, well played, actually. And I think your point is well taken. I think what Ray Lopes has done is he said, this is the way it's going to be here. You want to play for me, these are the rules you got to abide by. And I think it's a big bullet to bite, because he actually felt that his team had a pretty good chance to do well in the WAC this year.
And this is not going to be a short-term fix. And that zone has been awfully effective against East Tennessee State. But you got to rebound out of the zone. It's awfully difficult to find a man to rebound on the defensive glass. But Fresno's doing a good job active in the zone, finding shooters on the perimeter.
That's a good look at Ray Lopes talking it over with his guys who have come back from a 10-0 deficit to tie it at 15. And they'll have the ball. And here's what we were talking about this just a moment ago. Buccaneers started 4-4, 2 of 10 since. Conversely, Fresno State, they were bageled their first 6 shots. Now 6 of their last 11.
Well, and his mentor, Kelvin Sampson at Oklahoma, is there any doubt that these teams at Fresno State are going to defend, they're going to rebound, and they're going to be tough?
No question.
And that comes right from Kelvin Sampson.
Ray Lopes spent a couple of years with Kelvin Sampson at Washington State before Kelvin moved on to Oklahoma. Good look for Bolden. They missed everything. When they miss, they don't make any bones about it. They're not close. Here's Smith, penetrates. Good job by El Sayad. Great position that time.
Well, that's exactly what you have to do, Barry, because Smith is going to push it, and he's going to push it hard. And sometimes he's going to beat Leggins. You see Leggins screened out, but Syed does a nice job stepping up because one man is going to be difficult to contain a guy like Tim Smith, so the other players have to step up and contain the ball.
And right now, Fresno State is controlling tempo a little bit.
Yeah, the game is slowed down a lot, and that zone has a lot to do with it.
Well, remember the first 2.5 minutes of the game, East Tennessee State had 10 points. Now here we are, we've played 11.5 minutes in the first half. Nice rejection that time by Fields. Played 11.5 minutes, now they're on 15. Leggins might have tweaked an ankle here as he's trying to get some life back in that foot, stomping his foot.
10 seconds, 10.
You see the drought. Bolden, tough shot. That one against.
I mean, those are tough shots. If you're going to live and die by a shot in the face, it's going to be a tough day. But Bolden knocks that down and then picks up the energy on the defensive end.
Fresno State with its first lead of the game.
Well, simply Leggins draws the defender. Bolden puts it on the floor one time, steps up. Good-looking mid-range game.
Might have gotten away with a little push-off. Barry Tompkins, Scott Highmark. We're at the Save Mart Center here in Fresno, California. It's East Tennessee State and Fresno State on Bracket Buster Saturday. Big day for a lot of teams in America. That's Smith, or rather Anthony, missing the shot.
And what has happened with the zone, not only has it slowed the game, but we have not called Wadood or Fields' name in several minutes. They're packing that zone in, forcing East Tennessee State into a perimeter jump shooting team.
5 minutes without a point for East Tennessee State. Adams, good luck, couldn't get it down. We'll go the other way. Call a foul on Al Sayad, and we'll jump off the track with 7 minutes, 50 seconds remaining to be played here in the first half. And the Fresno State Bulldogs have gone in front of East Tennessee State by 2, 17-15.
Mountain States Health Alliance, bringing loving care to healthcare.
State leads it by 2. It's a 17-15 ball game, and they can point to a guy named Mustafa Al Sayad, who is getting it done.
Well, when they got number 55 involved, this game changed dramatically. A little running hook in the lane. They're certainly struggling from the outside, only 2 for 10 from the three-point line, but he's doing it on the offensive glass, down on the low blocks, even stepping up on the defensive end, that time taking the charge. Number 55 has been very effective here early.
Got 6 points and, more significantly, 5 boards. And for the Buccaneers, conversely, they have been bageled for the last 5 minutes and change.
Well, believe me, Murray Bartow talked about getting the ball down on the low blocks to his big studs, Wadood and Fields, and that's exactly what they tried to do out of that timeout.
Yeah, you made the point earlier. Wadood has not even had any touches in the last few minutes.
Yeah, he's too good. They're not the same team when he doesn't get involved on the offensive end.
From the outside, Strong knocks it down.
And that certainly helps their case, because now Fresno has to say, okay, we're going to extend that zone a little bit, which might open things up inside.
Well, that got him off a long schneid.
Off there. Move the ball.
Sayad for Bolden. Man jumps at him. Bolden steps in. Rejected nicely that time by Wadood, but it comes back into the hands of Leggins. Al Sayad bounces off his hip. And a loose ball again. And good job to get on the floor that time by Adams, but a whistle blows first.
Shot clock violation.
And it was a shot clock violation. The ball never hit the rim. Long three by Strong again. And the rebound by Fields. One thing about it, when you miss that badly, you don't have to have rebounding position.
Well, they're not bashful, are they?
No.
They don't make too many passes. It's one pass and it's going up. Well, that's a good battle right there between Leggins and Smith. That's quick on quick.
And again, that entry pass and stepping in front was Fields for the second time. Here comes Anthony. Well, they left him. He'll take it. Why not? And back to a 6-point Buccaneer lead.
Well, sometimes that can be fool's gold, though, Barry. You knock down a couple of those shots, and you forget about your two big studs down low.
You never took those shots, did you?
I was certainly guilty of that. I didn't have two big studs down low, though. I had to.
Bolden just kind of yo-yoing. They're 5 on the shot clock, and now they got a problem. Here's Adams down low with 1 second left on the shot clock.
Well, that was a clinic that time. That's exactly how you have to do it if you're Fresno.
Smith coming the other way, just taking the shot right now, high off the window. He misses. Good job by Fields to get it back. Wadood strong for 3. Well, everything but the finish that time for the Buccaneers. And here in microcosm is the game. Buccaneers go back, they throw it up. Here comes Fresno State. They walk it across the timeline, back it out near the center line to start the offense. And they'll, I'm sure, try to use 30 seconds of the clock again.
Well, and that just wears you down when you got to play defense for 30 seconds.
Well, they didn't have to that time.
Well, you've got to be opportunistic when you have the chance, but I'm sure Murray Bartow would like to see his team be a little bit more patient and selective on the offensive end.
Here's Anthony. Leggins jumps at him, leaves Smith. He'll take the shot. He misses badly, and the rebound down into the hands of Bolden. And now here come the Bulldogs again with a chance to tie or take the lead.
Boy, both these teams changing up their defenses almost every single possession. East Tennessee State dropping back to his zone again.
There's Leggins, thought about it, but again, Smith jumps at him. Nice entry pass. Al-Sayed got a man in the air, and I'll tell you, he's playing big today.
Oh, he is, making himself available to catch, and guess who finds him? The experienced Leggins.
Leggins, 5.5 assists per game, number 1 in the WAC. Wadood, I beg your pardon, now followed by his pal. So Fields cleans it up.
And good things happen when you get the ball down low. Every time one of those two guys gets a touch, they score.
This is Adams. Adams helped off the bench. Leggins for 3. Comes up short. Rebound right into the hands of Wadood. Gets it ahead to Smith. Here come the Buccaneers. Smith penetrate, left hand off the window.
Did I say he was quick?
He's quick.
You better get back. In transition, it's hard to simulate that. As quick as Shante Leggins is, I think Tim Smith's got another gear.
And steals it that time. Boy, as advertised, all the way to the basket.
Well, and you will not see that very often. And Shante Leggins probably hasn't seen the type of quickness that he's seeing on the ball, and Tim Smith doing a good job making Leggins. That wears you down when you got to play 40 minutes and you got to struggle just to bring it up the court.
Well, the Buccaneers lead the nation in steals. They get more than anybody else, and they result in easy baskets.
Well, and guess who leads them in steals? Wadood.
Yeah.
3 a game from your power forward.
This time they drop down, help out on Al-Sayed. Fresno will retain possession. We got a timeout. 2:54 remaining first half. It's been an interesting ball game. Right now it's the Buccaneers ahead of the Bulldogs, 29-23. We're coming back to the Save Mart Center after this. 29-23 ball game. East Tennessee State leading Fresno State. It's been a back and forth kind of game and a game of runs. And we're looking at 2 pretty good point guards too.
No question. And Fresno really got back in this ball game when they started sharing the basketball on the offensive end. Shante Leggins been very, very good. But the reason that they're getting good shots is because they're being more patient, Barry. They're working 20, 25 seconds off the clock, and they're getting right into the heart of the defense. And Ray Lope's got to be really happy with their offensive execution in the last 10 minutes.
Interesting that there have been 26 field goal attempts for each team in this game, 11 of them coming beyond the arc.
In Fresno, 10 field goals, 9 of those assisted, and that tells you that they're really sharing the ball, penetrating, trying to find an open man.
Jack Barlow in the ball game for Fresno now, and he represents a load down low. Here's Smith trying to get around Leggins, and Leggins cutting off. Smith again with the left hand.
The running hook from the 5'6" water bud.
He's listed as 5'9", as we said. Shante Leggins, who has the ball right now, is 5'9". Now you tell me which one's taller.
Well, I saw you posting him up in the pregame, weren't you?
The only person I've ever been able to post up. I can't even post up my 13-year-old son. Right through the legs. E6 or E34 in this case. There's Rhoda. Rhoda's not a real threat to shoot it out there. Anthony is. Long three.
And the more he gets involved, the more it opens up for their two big fellas down low. And he's shot the ball well at times. Had 23 at Western Carolina. Had 5 threes in that game. So you have to honor James Anthony.
And they want him to have the ball down the stretch. He's made some big shots for the Buccaneers during the course of this year down the stretch. The biggest lead of the game and another chance. Wadu, you're not going to beat him.
Run and jump. They'll lull you to sleep. You think they're back in the zone, and all of a sudden they'll run and jump, trap you at midcourt. And Zaki Wadu already with 2 steals here in the game. That's your big power forward.
Good job by Smith again to reach in, but it'll be Fresno ball. All of a sudden, East Tennessee State has found another gear.
Well, and they're trying to find that tempo, and watch him doing a good job staying with that double team. And Wadu just aggressive on that double team, goes in and gets that finish. And you can just feel the momentum taken out of this building. East Tennessee State forcing that tempo.
Shante Leggins knocked down that shot, but you see East Tennessee State just burned the ball back up the floor. They make you get back on defense. No time to admire your shot. So we're going to time out with 54 ticks remaining in the first half. It is an 11-point lead for the Buccaneers. And remember, this game was tied at 23.
Well, and you cannot fall asleep against this East Tennessee State team because they just turn it on in bursts. And that's what they do. They play you even for a while, then they go on a five-minute run. And most of their damage has been on transition. And we talked about that before the game with Murray Bartow. He said, we're not very good when you get in a half-court set.
Let's take a look at what's down the road for Fresno State. First of all, they have to go from here, play at Rice. They played in Tulsa on Thursday night and come back here, play today, and now have to go to Rice and play again on the 23rd. Then Nevada, very good team here. San Jose, Hawaii, one of the premier teams in the WAC, and they do get the WAC tournament in this building.
It's fun to travel in the WAC, isn't it? You rack up some frequent flyer miles.
I think at one time it was 7 time zones. This is Anthony. Now Smith.
I thought they might go for a little 2-for-1, but quick enough.
Smith somehow got that ball up. I'm not quite sure how. Golden rebounds for the Bulldogs. Pass this time. If they get to Marlowe, they pushed away from the basket. Smith again. Lazy pass, and Smith just stepped in front. Leaves it nicely for Rhoda, and Rhoda has it swatted away big time by Bolden.
Well, good recovery by Bolden.
Rhoda for 3. And Bolden the rebound. And that's the way the first half will come to an end. And again, it was a half of streaks. And the Buccaneers wind up with the biggest streak at the most opportune time. And they go into the locker room leading it by a 36-25 count. Second half of basketball coming up. We'll talk about halftime activities right after this. Don't go away. Take a look at the numbers for Mustafa Al-Sayad. As we said earlier, he's got 10 points in the ball game. He's also picked up 6 boards and 5 of 6 from the field, and the rest of the team only 6 field goals. So no question of where the Bulldogs want to go.
Well, Fresno needs to get more from Marcus West. He's the most capable perimeter scorer as East Tennessee State turns it over on their first possession. But Fresno's got to get somebody other than El-Sayad and Leggins involved on the offensive end.
Buccaneers tried to go back door with a lob that time. Bolden did a nice job to get a hand on it. Bolden, long 3. Maybe a little quicker than Ray Loach might have wanted it, but he'll take it. There's Field Fields trying to face up on El Sayad. Leans in with the right hand.
Well, he's quietly having a pretty good game himself. Has 8 points and 7 rebounds, and a lot of the attention goes to Tim Smith and Wadud, but Mr. Fields is having a good afternoon.
He is a load, too.
260, 6'7", 260. Shooting 59% from the field.
Played at about 290 last year and was having some knee problems. And now, having lost the weight, says he feels just that much better. Wadud, little off balance. There's Roeder with a follow. It misses. And Adams clears for the Bulldogs. Adams, incidentally, starting the second half, which leads me to believe that perhaps Marcus West still hurting a little bit on that ankle that he rolled a couple of games ago.
And that really hurts them because he, along with Bolden, are their 2 explosive perimeter scorers. So, again, Bolden stepped up a little bit. Shante Leggins noticeably quiet in that first half. Only 3 came into the game, averaging 15.
As I say that, though, West is on the floor. It is Kofi that is out, and Adams starting for him. So, West, while he hasn't been real effective, he is out there. Clear out for Leggins, but Leggins unable to do anything with it. Tried to drop it down for El Sayad. Nice job by Fields to front it. Here comes Anthony. Now Smith. Buccaneers playing as slowly as I've seen him play here. They want to recognize the defense. Smith looks to Murray Bartow, said, what do you want me to do? Now they get it. And that's what they want to do. Turn around, shoot the 3.
And Murray Bartow was barking out instructions. I think he was just saying, get it, Zach Key, clear out, let him shoot a 3. It's as easy as that.
Why not? That's right.
Not more complicated.
We're at the Save Mart Center here in Fresno, California. We're watching the East Tennessee State Buccaneers against the Fresno State Bulldogs. Barry Tompkins, Scott Highmark telling you about it. Right now a 13-point Buccaneer lead. Anthony cut off at the baseline, but a nice little spin move, missed short with the right hand. Leggins gets the rebound, and Anthony fouls him over the top.
Buccaneer foul number 20, James Anthony.
This East Tennessee State team, Barry, has 10 road wins this season. Only Southern Illinois, who's ranked in the top 20 in the country from the Missouri Valley Conference, and St. Joseph's, the number 2 team in the country, have at least 10 road wins. So this is a team that has experience both on the floor, certainly in the coaching realm, but they have a lot of experience with success on the road, and we're seeing that here today.
Well, El Sayad is drawing a crowd all of a sudden, and I think Fresno State may have to find a different idea. Wadud, nice dish. Smith with the finish, and credit Wadud.
Well, and Fields and Wadud do a good job fronting and side fronting and making it very difficult to find El Sayad down on the low blocks, and East Tennessee State extending their lead.
And Ray Lope's going to take a timeout, a 30-second timeout, just to try to stop the bleeding here. It's now a 15-point lead as East Tennessee State has come out firing in the second half. And what they've done, I think even more significantly, is that they have taken El Sayad out of the game. We're going to jump away, 15-point lead, Buccaneers. State, everybody contributing. How about Gerald Fields?
Well, quietly having a great afternoon, 1,000-point scorer in his own right. Sometimes he's the forgotten man, but showing us all of his skills, putting the ball on the floor, hitting the offensive glass for East Tennessee State. Just having a fantastic day here today. 8 points and 8 rebounds, but probably most importantly, doing it on the defensive end and the offensive glass really has held El Sayad scoreless here in the second half and doing a nice job getting in front of him, making it difficult to catch.
Yeah, I think a great adjustment by Murray Bartow. They're really helping out on El Sayad, not just allowing that entry pass. When he catches, watch him drop down. Long 3 by West, counted and one. That'll get you back in a hurry.
Boy, they needed that. ETSU went on a 7-0 run, but look at 3 defenders guarding El Sayad down on the low block, and he kicks it right back out to West for the 3.
Savvy play. And West converts the 4-point play.
You know, that's the second time that's happened here today. You get the ball down low, the defense collapses, you kick it out, you got to be ready to shoot. Much more effective way of shooting that perimeter shot going inside out.
And the second time that we've seen a 3-point shot go down and a foul. Here's Anthony, little ball fake, got into the lane and a grab foul. They get West.
Hold on, foul on Marcus West, his first.
Well, this is the end that Fresno State needs to pick it up. East Tennessee State just slicing and dicing through the defense of Fresno State early in the second half.
Anthony will get it in the hands of Smith, and that's where they want it. Clearly the quarterback of this team. Speaking of quarterbacks, Wadud is an excellent high school quarterback, and there are some teams that are looking at him as a football player. Al-Sayyan, I don't know where to block that. West. Now they get the pass into Al-Sayyan. Watch him again. He'll draw a crowd. Wadud helps out. Nice little move to the basket by West. That's what happens when you try to double down.
Well, and West is doing a good job not standing. He throws the ball and he moves and finds that open space.
Turnaround Wadud comes up short. Leggins the rebound. Here come the Bulldogs down 9 with the ball. Leggins just hid behind the bigger Adams that time. Did get it to Al-Sayyan, and he gets it up and misses with the right hand. And Leggins underneath. Stepped on the end line, I believe.
Boy, and that was a great find by Leggins. Al-Sayyan wasn't ready to catch it, but good look ahead that time by Shante Leggins.
And they're going to call a foul on Smith. They aren't going to say that Leggins had his foot on the baseline, so it'll be a foul. Instead, the Bulldogs will retain possession. 15:09 remaining in this one. Don't go anywhere yet. It's a 9-point lead for the Buccaneers. We'll be back. Right now, it's a 9-point ball game. Bulldogs with the ball. Marcus West starting to get the job done. West with 11 points in the game, and I think he's got 9 of them in this half.
Well, Barry, we talked about the need for a secondary scorer for Fresno State. 2 for 5 from 3. Al-Sayyan starting to draw that attention. Nice job by Marcus West moving without the basketball.
So the Bulldogs on a 6-0 run after a 7-0 start for East Tennessee State. That's the way this game has been. Big possession right here for Fresno State. Bolden had a look. Now Leggins. 15 on the shot clock. They get it down to Al-Sayyan. There's the double again. Al-Sayyan looks to pass out of there. Got to get rid of it. Finally does to Leggins. Leggins throws it up. I think Leggins thought there was less time on the shot clock than there was. Wadud dish to Smith. Too easy.
Defensive transition. You know Ray Lopes. Nothing drives him more crazy when East Tennessee State gets easy shots.
There's Leggins trying to drive around Smith. Now Adams on the high post. Entry pass to Al-Sayyan. There's the crowd again.
Boy, ETSU doing a good job. You got to get it out of there quicker.
Bolden missed the 3. Had a pretty good look. Field's clear.
That's what you got to do. When you get double down the low post, you got to look opposite, but you got to do it quick because that double team's coming awfully hard.
Well, this Fields going hard in the basket. Gets his own rebound and misses off the left side. Al-Sayyan. Great job by Smith. Just to reach in, grab the ball, and tie him up.
About the littlest man on the floor. Just a heady play by Tim Smith. Now they don't get the possession, but now they get the possession error.
That was a big-time play right there.
Watch Fields going in. The nice second effort, can't get it to go, and Al-Sayyan gets it. Smith just walks right into the basketball. The advantage he had is he's right at eye level, right at the elbows of Sayyan.
And of course, Al-Sayyan doing what you just can't do as a big man now. Fresno State turns it over, and here come the Buccaneers. For 3, it's short. Leggins the rebound. And Leggins takes it all the way to the basket, high off the window and in.
Well, he's crafty and unorthodox at times, but he's a pretty good finisher at only 5'9".
Fields, pump fake, drive to the basket, too hard off the glass. Rebound Bolden. Leggins. The ball knocked out of his hands momentarily by Smith, but I think it went off Wadud to be out of bounds for Fresno State. Marlowe will come in believe Alsad has been troubled by that double and triple team.
And Big Jet Marlowe, 6'10", 330.
West had a good look. West on fire in the second half.
And guess what? Here comes ETSU.
And a timeout called by Murray Bartow. It's a 7-point ball game with 12:44 remaining to be played. I think the most significant thing, I mean, neither team can take control. It goes one way, then it goes the other way, and then it comes back this way.
It's just a game of runs, and as soon as you think ETSU's getting ready to put it away, Fresno State comes off, and it's been that man, Marcus West, contributing on the offensive end in a big way here in the second half, keeping Fresno around.
So a 7-point ball game right now with 12:44 remaining to be played.
Well, we talked about the importance of defensive transition for Fresno, and you see the shot go up, and what happens when you get a bad shot on the offensive end? A lot of times you don't get back, and ETSU pushes it quick, and Smith with the quick finish. And
there's a look at Murray Bartow. Marlowe, big body down low for Fresno right now. That's why he's mobile, however, is offside. It's Rhoda with a tough shot. It won't go. It's going to be out of bounds to Fresno.
Number 51, Brad Knuckles.
Some scores from around the country. Kent State, great win over Creighton. Not only winning, but winning big.
Well, that's a big win for them, and that probably ends Dana Altman's team's hope of getting an at-large bid.
Rice wins at home by 5. They'll play Fresno State on the 23rd. Manhattan, and there's a team, another one of those teams that we keep talking about, best teams nobody heard of. That's another one.
They've already got 20 wins. Bobby Gonzalez, one of the coaching candidates for that St. John's team, they knocked down another 3.
Bolden, a long 3, and guess what? 4-point game. And again, it gets the crowd involved. Kick, and they'll get a reset.
Boy, it's contagious, isn't it? Both bad shooting and good shooting.
Yeah. Brad Knuckles to inbound for East Tennessee State. Now Strong. Strong drives baseline, leaves it this time for Fields. Wadu with Adams on it. Good defensive job by Adams on Wadu. Listen to the crowd here. All of a sudden they're involved. Smith just stops and pops.
That's how you hush the crowd. Little floater in the lane by Timmy Smith. Boy, he's such a tough matchup because he gets you on your heels because you know how quick he is. You keep backpedaling, you forget he's only 12 feet from the basket.
Leggett, good look for 3. Got it. And the point guard battle's heating up too.
We got a ball game.
Yeah, Smith coming back the other way. Penetrate hard. Marlowe picks it out of the air. Smith comes out to pick Leggins up, almost out near center court. Nice move by Adams, leave it for Marlowe, and Marlowe had it swatted away by Fields, who got a lot of the ball, but he also got a lot of Marlowe, which is not hard to do.
Jared Fields, his second, 15.
And we're going to take a timeout. 11:09 remaining to be played. 47-44. The Bucks over the Bulldogs. 3-point battle. Smith on one end, Leggins on the other end. 3-point game with 11:09 remaining to be played here in the ball game. And Marlowe will go to the free throw line.
This young man went to Oklahoma State for 2 years and then went to Salt Lake Junior College. We said he goes 6'10", 330.
And a pretty nice touch at the line, actually.
Really does. Has a lot of skills. You know, you can't teach 6'10", 330. You can teach a lot of other things, but you can't teach size.
But I think you'd rather teach 6'10", 280.
Yeah, exactly. Well, they're going to work on that, believe me, this summer.
He was 1 out of 6 at the line. What a play by Adams to save that. But they're going to say he stepped on the sideline. Great hustle play nonetheless by Adams. It's a 2-point ball game. And we're going to jump away with 11:07 remaining. It's a 2-point lead. Buccaneers will have the ball. They also have the lead, 47-45. Dave Martin Center here in Fresno. Fresno State now on a 17-4 run. I mean, we emphasized this earlier, Scott, but that's the story of the game. It's been a story of runs.
And Ray Loeb said before the game, he said, if we're going to have a shot, not only in this game, but down the stretch, he goes, we have to make shots. He goes, we can play great defense, we can rebound. You know, they average out rebounding their opponents by 10 in games that they win, so certainly that's important, but finally, we've got to make some shots.
Bracket Buster Saturday, and what a huge day it is for so many teams across America. You already had Kent State defeating Creighton. Rice has defeated Louisiana Lafayette. Manhattan beats Wisconsin Milwaukee. We're here in a close game that could go either way. Plenty of good action coming your way here on ESPN later on today. Southwest Missouri State, Miami of Ohio, College of Charleston. They're in a positioning battle in the Southern Conference. Same conference, of course, that the Buccaneers play in. They will play at Western Michigan. That is not an easy game. Western Michigan's had some good wins this year.
Yeah, they're 18-3 and certainly poised probably to get an at-large bid, even if they don't win that conference tournament.
Another real factor just handed me by Joe Sullivan, our ace statistician.
ETSU with 16 fouls, Fresno State only with 1. East Tennessee State coming out, trying to extend that pressure, get back to that tempo that they've been so successful with.
Bulldogs with an opportunity to retire, take the lead, forget about it. Field steps, picks up the ball, Smith for the basket, and Shante Leggins blocked the ball, but also blocked Smith.
Good sign of sportsmanship that time by Leggins. They have to foul him hard, as strong as Tim Smith is.
Tim Smith for the
You
line.
see Gerald Fields, he and Wadu doing as good a job as any front court in the nation at getting out and denying their man, and the little man takes it in and does what he does best.
Well, you talk about Shante Leggins, and I've had a chance to know him for all the years that he's been in college, 3 years in California, and been here for a couple of years. Didn't play, of course, redshirted last year, but after transferring. But he's one of those guys you don't worry about. High quality individual. He's going to be just fine in whatever he chooses to do. One of the really good guys.
Well, what a gem to have as your point guard. Very rarely do you have young men with that type of integrity, that type of character. But he's been through wars. He's been through wars in the Pac-10. Sat out last year, was the leader on this team, even though he sat out, but certainly on the floor doing it all for Fresno State.
There's Leggins breaking the press.
Oh, and it's kind of nice when you can just give the guy the ball and say, break the pressure.
Yeah, you go ahead.
You guys just go stand down there, wait till I'm done.
I'll meet you at the other end. Leggins behind the back, it's into the paint, pulls up, scores. And we're back to a two-point game. Boy, you gotta like to play both point guards.
Well, they're getting after each other, aren't they? You can tell there's a little personal battle going on, a little game within the game between those two young men.
And again, how many times has Wadu done that? But that time he doesn't get it done. Just a little shoulder fake and then pull up, shoot the three.
Well, and when you're a scorer, as he is, he hasn't had a whole lot of touches the last few minutes, and you can just tell he was itching for a shot.
West started to drive on Rhoda. Now they drop it on to Al Sayad, and he bangs it hard off the window, a little too hard. Wadu runs it down. This is Strong. Strong's a shooter. And a foul away from the ball on Knuckles. Murray Bartow wants Knuckles to be a little bit more aggressive. Says sometimes plays a little soft. He was aggressive that time.
Well, he sure was, and he's had some good moments this year. At 17 at Clemson, had 13 rebounds against UNC Greensboro. He's a shot blocker. Also has some skills shooting the ball. At times, Murray Bartow will put him in as a three-man against his own to knock down three-point shots. So certainly affected only a sophomore. Next year, when Wadu and Fields leave due to graduation, he will be a major force for Murray Bartow.
Both those guys, incidentally, on course to graduate. We talked earlier about Wadu perhaps thinking about going away of football. Nice lead from Leggins and a great finish by Al Sayad. But what a look by Shante Leggins. Fields pulls up. This is too hard. Leggins the rebound.
And Shante Leggins just gave us a little pose to show us his muscles. He's doing it all right now.
Shante Leggins, I don't want to say this a little too early. West misses the three. Fields clear. Shante Leggins has a look at a triple-double here. Smith hard in the basket right over Leggins.
And just as you start feeling good about yourself, Tim Smith's going to come down and jam it down your throat.
Well, I just think that the point guard player has been absolutely scintillating. Smith with 21 points in this game.
Well, these guys are having fun. I mean, this is great. They love it.
This is mano-a-mano. Bolden, and Anthony got a little piece of Bolden. And now it's going to be a shooting situation.
And it might be three. I think it should be three.
And they are going to say 3 shots. Good call.
James Anthony is third.
Murray Bartow just stunned.
17
Saying, guys, I know your 6th grade coach told you not to foul a jump shooter, and particularly when he's shooting a 3.
Also the 4th foul on Anthony, so that too will be a factor. Bolden gets the first. Bolden pretty good free throw shooter, 78%.
Well, he's an energy guy. Had 19 against Tulsa this week, 5 for 7 from 3, so he's certainly capable.
Oh, it rolled out. I mean, it couldn't hit more sides of the rim than it did.
He got every piece of that rim. Those are the ones you're supposed to get at home.
And Bolden gets them both. We're tied at 51. It is the first time we've had in the ball game since it was tied at 23. 7 minutes, 54 seconds left to play. The game will be decided in that time. 7 minutes, 54 seconds remaining to be played in this game. And what a battle at the point guard spot. Shante Leggins has a look of a guy who says, I'm going to take this game over.
We've had a great duel at the point guard position. Shante awfully quiet for about 30 minutes of this basketball game. Just comes unglued in the last few minutes. 10 points, 9 assists, 7 rebounds, on the verge of a triple-double here today. And his counterpart, Tim Smith's been sensational for ETSU. 21 points. He says, anything you can do, I can do just a little bit better.
And it's been just about a standoff because the point department belongs to Smith. Leggins has only 10 points, Smith 21. Leggins has 9 assists to Smith's 3 and 7 rebounds to Smith's 2. So, I mean, I'm calling it a tie.
I'm with you. Now, you've done a lot of boxing, so it would be a draw, right?
A draw. Good play that time. Overplayed the pass by Wadu. Couldn't quite handle it there. Knocked it out of bounds. So Leggins to inbound. Gets it into Adams. They want the ball in the hands of this guy right here. West, good look. A little hard. Smith the rebound. Here's Smith just weaving his way through traffic. Leaves it for Rhoda. Now Smith again.
I'll tell you what, Smith does a pretty good job making decisions. If he has it in transition, he goes ahead and takes it. But he's done a nice job pulling them out, getting them into their sets as well in the half court.
That's Fields down low, and Leggins got him from behind. Incidentally, I said earlier that Anthony had 4 fouls. They've corrected that now. He only has 3, and that would be the reason he's out on the floor. Smith for 3. And he's got 24.
Well, and again, when he knocks that down, now you got to go out and guard him, and you know what he really wants to do. He wants to put the ball on the floor and get in the lane, and he's got that look in his eye, maybe talking a little bit to Shante, saying, I'm not sure you can keep up with me today, big fella.
Good play by Wadud again to overplay that pass, but he couldn't quite control it. Comes back and almost got it again and forced that turnover.
Well, he ought to get credit for that. That ought to be a steal, and he leads his team not only in steals, 5th in the nation in steals, but he gets lots of deflections. Just so active, getting in that passing lane, doesn't quite get that steal, but causes the turnover. And again, just Fresno out of sync on the offensive end.
We talked about his athletic ability and that he is actually giving some thought to maybe playing in the NFL should he be able to get that break. He's a 4.5 40. Clocked it for, and he's 6'5" and 220. I mean,
I'd give him a look, wouldn't you?
Absolutely, I would. Played quarterback in high school, and it's not unprecedented for somebody who did not play college football to come into the NFL and play. Al-Sayad, kind of speaking of football, snapped center to Adams, who finishes the shot.
A little bit unconventional that time, but they'll certainly take it.
Got a foul on Al-Sayad at the other end. Now watch this play down low, right?
Well, they're trying to get to Sayad. He's got to make quicker decisions. Goes right through the leg, and Fresno the beneficiary of that fortunate bounce.
A hand check on Al-Sayad. He'll come out. Marlowe will come into the lineup. Talked about Marlowe. He was the most recruited player in the state of Oklahoma before he committed to Oklahoma State. Didn't work out there.
See that short bench that Ray Lopes is working with.
I know that guy on the left isn't going to play.
Marlowe's got a little bit of that big country look, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. Fields just out-quicked him.
Well, that's going to be a tough matchup, and Marlowe's got to come in and just give Sayad a couple minutes. He's got to give him a couple minutes on the defensive end, and that's going to be a tough matchup with the quickness of Gerald Fields.
Yeah, Al-Sayad picking up 2 quick fouls. Coming down toward 5 minutes now. Leggins for 3. And couldn't get it. There's the follow. Somebody forgot to block out Adams.
Boy, he's been active on both ends. That's how he gets his baskets going to the glass.
Back to a 1-point ball game, and again the crowd gets involved. Now, the Buccaneers have been able to quiet this crowd almost every time they've gotten involved. Wadud misses, rebound, West. And the Bulldogs a chance to take the lead, and it's been a long time between leads.
First lead was only for about 10 seconds at 17-15 early in the game, and if they knock down a shot here, I think this roof might explode.
West will back it out again. 12 on the shot clock. Again in the hands of Leggins with 8 on the shot clock. Now 7. Leggins penetrate, lost the ball. Here comes Smith the other way. Ran into Marlowe. It was like a train wreck. All the way into the lane, missed the left-hander. Adams clear.
Both teams struggling on the offensive end. You see some weary legs.
This is a lot of standing around right now. Leggins with 7 on the shot clock again. We'll just try to break it down all the way to the basket. Too hard with the left hand. And here comes Smith to Rhoda. From the corner, Smith misses. Too long. Second try. Nice effort that time by Wadud. Anthony for 3. Big play.
What a huge rebound by Zaki Wadud, and that's what your senior leader does. Gets you a tough rebound, kicks it out, and they knock down the huge three-pointer.
Wadud is hurting. He might have fallen on his hand or his wrist, and he's in some pain as he comes to the sideline here. He's a gamer, though. I'll tell you, if he could be back, you'd know he'll be back. 3:05 remaining. It's a 4-point lead for the Buccaneers. Don't go away. East Tennessee State. Timeout situation. Fresno State running out of timeouts. They have only a 30 remaining to them, and Fresno does have a foul that they can take.
Well, we talk about Zaki Wadud. The little things that he does is what makes him so special. That time getting that tough offensive rebound, kicks it out to Anthony for the huge three. Both these teams were really struggling. ETSU gets off the snide. This possession extremely important for Ray Lopes and Fresno State.
And apparently Wadud is okay. Remember, he came off holding his hand, so he might have fallen on his wrist, but he appears to be okay. He'll continue. Big possession here, I think, for Fresno State. 3:05 remaining.
Look for them to either get Leggins going to the basket or try to get El Sayad with some spacing down on the low block.
It's that fast break situation, as you see, that East Tennessee State has dominated that department, and that's not unexpected. Leggins again tries to get around Smith, can't. Adams knocks it down.
Well, Leggins is not always going to finish it, but if he can create opportunities for his team.
And right back the other way come the Buccaneers. A transition basket for Rowland.
And that just kills you. That just kills you because you work so hard on the offensive end, then you just don't run back in transition. They get the easy one.
This is Bolden outside, brings Anthony with him. Now Leggins open and passed up the shot. Adams won't. Couldn't get it. The rebound is Smith.
I'm not sure, Barry, if you need that shot that early in the shot clock from Adams. I know we hit one, but with the, you got to take your first available shot, but I think Leggins and Sayad are the ones that need to be taken.
Now the Buccaneers will use a little of the clock here. High to low that time. Fields gets it in one. Well executed by the Buccaneers.
A little high-low that time by Gerald Fields, and there's a reason that he scored over 1,000 points in his career. And we talk about Wadud a lot, but nice delivery that time into the post, and young man just strong enough at 260 pounds to go right through Sayad and finish it.
Interestingly enough, we have 4 players in this game who have double-doubles. Fields has 12 points, 12 boards. Wadud, 13 points, 10 boards. Leggins, 10 points, 10 assists. And Bolden. And El Sayad is a rebound away from a double-double.
His second. Bolden to the line. Shooting.
Smith is going to come all the way over the bench, get a sip of water here way at the other end of the floor. Bolden at the line. Free throw shooting down the stretch for Fresno State has not been very good, so that's a big one right there for Bolden.
Well, Fresno's going to have to think about some pressure here. They need to speed the game up a little bit because you know ETSU is going to run some clock.
And we'll get a timeout, and 1:35 remain in this ball game. It's a 4-point East Tennessee State lead, trying to increase to a 15-game winning streak. Welcome back. It's a 4-point ball game. The Buccaneers will have the ball, and for Fresno State now, what do? You go out, you got to play defense.
I think you got one more possession where you don't need to foul. You have plenty of time. You got a 35-second shot clock, but obviously you've got to get a stop. And then on the other end, you got to get something going to the basket. Your first available shot each and every time down.
Let's take a look at what the Buccaneers have down the road. They're home to Chattanooga. Then they have to go to Charleston before the Southern Conference tournament.
Well, Chattanooga is going to be fired up coming into Johnson City. That was a game that this ETSU program really felt catapulted them into the second half of this season. They went on the road down 16 at Chattanooga and were able to pull that victory out, and that's led them to this 14-0 start in the Southern Conference.
And the Buccaneers very tough at the Memorial Center. They haven't lost a game there yet this year. They're 11-0 at home, and they've won, as we said, they've won ball games on the road too. So it's a good basketball team. I mean, and that's the bottom line of the whole thing.
Well, you've got senior leadership in Wadud and Fields, and you've got an exceptional point guard with great quickness in Tim Smith, and then you've got a bench that comes in and contributes in spurts.
So they're another one of those teams, and I think we have a tendency to overuse this phrase, but they're one of those teams you don't want to play in the first round of the tournament.
No question. This is not a team that any of the super conference type teams are going to want to see on their side of the bracket.
Fresno State will extend defensively here. They will not guard the inbounds pass. The Buccaneers get quickly into Anthony, and Anthony will push it across the timeline. Now Smith. Smith, of course, is the guy they want handling the ball. His line tonight, 24 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists. And I'd say that's a pretty good day's work.
Pretty good line. Well, it looks like they're going to run a little high screen with Fields and Smith, and Big Marlowe's going to have to get out there and hedge.
And Fields just ran right by him, but then got in traffic, and they're going to get a grab on Marlowe. Well, they might get Adams.
The crowd doesn't like it, but that's great recognition, not only by Tim Smith, but by Murray Bartow coming out of that timeout. Knew that Fields would have that matchup with Marlowe on him and could use that quickness to get by him and get to the hoop.
So Fields, a 67% free throw shooter, goes to the line. And Conley knocks it in. Al-Sayed will come back, and Marlowe will leave.
Mustafa Al-Sayed for Jack Marlowe.
1 out of 2, and the rebound to Adams. It is a 5-point ball game inside a minute now. Adams on the high post. Now Leggins. Adams and Leggins again for 3 with a man in his face, and he's going to go to the line for 3. And that was nearly another one of those 4-point opportunities.
That looked awfully good from where we were sitting, but I was just about to say you don't need a 3, but if you get a good look as Leggins did that time, go ahead and take it. But he's going to have 3 here.
And the best free throw shooter in the WAC conference.
He's the one you want on the line. You see, kick the leg out just a little bit. That's a shooter's trick. I learned a long time ago. That got me about 50 extra free throws in college.
Leggins gets the first. It's a 4-point game. Side door.
Well, now you can set your pressure. If you can knock this in, you're only down 2. With 48 seconds, you don't even have to foul.
Right, just go play defense now.
You can place one solid defensive possession, and this crowd is into it.
Now, why not? 2-point game. 41 ticks left. 13 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock, and a timeout. So now you just, I would imagine, if you're Fresno State, you don't go out and try to foul. As a team, East Tennessee State shoots it at right around the 70% mark at the free throw line. Play defense, hope to get it back.
No question. You expect ETSU, they're going to get the ball in Tim Smith's hands, and either going to run some sort of isolation play with he and Fields, just like they did on the previous possession, or Wadood will be involved in that play. But all Fresno has to do is be solid, contest the shot, and get the defensive rebound. The defensive rebounds is important as anything, but there's plenty of time should they miss to go down the other end.
Try to eavesdrop on the huddle at Murray Bartow. And again, I think your point is well taken. They will obviously try to get the ball in the hands of Smith. It'll be interesting to see what Fresno State does defensively, and it appears that they will stay with Al-Sayed this time.
It would be interesting if Fresno came out in the zone, because you know Murray Bartow is designing a play against the man-to-man. That might be an interesting wrinkle that Ray Lopes could throw into the mix here.
And actually, when Fresno went to the zone in the first half, that started a big run.
I thought that got him back in the ball game. It looked like the game was going to get away, and that slowed the tempo. They were very effective with that zone.
So the strategy is being drawn up here. That's the board of Murray Bartow that you're looking at. And that squiggly line, I'm suspecting, represents Smith.
I think that's number 5.
Yeah.
He's been awfully good making plays for himself, for his teammates, off the dribble, 24 big points, and expect this game to be on the shoulders of that little man right there.
Yeah, not big shoulders, but I think he's able to carry it. Rhoda will inbound. Smith behind the screen to get him the ball.
And they're in man, Fresno is.
On the shot clock. Now 10 on the shot clock. Wadood trying to drive all the way to the basket. Comes up short. Rebound into the hands of Rhoda, biggest rebound of the game right there. And now they got to go foul. And do.
Boy, and we talked about defensive rebound. Not only do you have to get a stop, but you got to get that defensive rebound. And Ray Lopes can't believe it. They played solid defense for 20 seconds. And you see pretty good effort that time by Adams, forcing Wadud into a very difficult shot, but they can't corral it. Ben Rhoda comes up with a huge offensive rebound for ETSU.
And now they'll put Smith at the line. 76% free throw shoot. Did get it. Ball's loose. And Leggett took a shot in the face and goes down hard. So Fresno State has had a ton of chances, and Shante Leggett's checking to make sure all the molars are there.
He got the bad end of that deal. He can't believe he got called for that foul, but he certainly initiated the contact with Wadud.
Wadud, 72% at the line. Plenty of time. Just under 12 seconds left. Missed short. And again, the rebound comes down to East Tennessee State. It's Leggins has to run to catch Smith and foul him with 7 seconds left. Well, the Buccaneers getting absolutely the best of it down the stretch here.
Boy, 3 offensive rebounds, and in the defense of Fresno State, those shots were coming off pretty hot.
Yeah, they were.
But at the same extent, you've got to corral it. If you expect to win this type of game, it's going to be physical. You've got to come up with that ball. ETSU not doing the job at the free throw line, keeping Fresno's hopes alive.
Leggins is saying, come on down here. We're going to talk this over with the coach. So a timeout on the floor. Smith will be at the free throw line. And again, there's still plenty of time. Fresno State can get down the court, can attempt a three-point shot. So the onus falls on Smith to make a move.
No question. 7 seconds is plenty of time to get the ball down, create an opportunity for yourself or for your teammate. Shante Leggins certainly capable of getting that done.
Let's take a look around the country. We mentioned this earlier. Kent State, a big win over Creighton. They win by 15. Jason Edward, 25 in that game for Kent. Rice wins by 5 over Louisiana Lafayette. Good win for Manhattan. Any win's a good win, of course, on this day. They win by 7. Plenty of action to follow us. So they missed the front end of the one-on-one twice. And now it'll be 2 shots. Double bonus. This is the one that really matters.
This is it.
Smith gets them both, and that should do it.
Timeout, East Tennessee State.
Well, wouldn't you know that it would be Smith who would finish it off.
I was going to say, why not? 26 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. He's been the difference in this game. Every time Fresno's counterpunched, tried to slow tempo, it's been Tim Smith who's gotten the ball out in transition and got his teammates involved.
You know, and it's been the story of Fresno's season. They were up 3 with 20 seconds left against Princeton, lost the game. Up 8 with 5 minutes left against Creighton, lost the game. They were tied with USC at 60 with 20 seconds left, lost the game. They were tied with UTEP with 7, and went belly up. Did make a basket for 7 minutes and 22 seconds, last 7:22 of the game, and lost to UTEP. It's been that kind of year.
It's funny how you have seasons like that. We were talking to some of the Fresno State people, and they said we went 28-8 last year, and all of those games, those close games, went our way. This year it seems as if they're all going against us.
Shante Leggins is fouled out of the game with that last foul, which he had to take.
Pretty good line for young Tim Smith. Only a sophomore. He's going to be continuing to do damage in the Southern Conference.
East Tennessee's just going to let him shoot this, and they do, and it's not going to matter. And the Buccaneers are going to have won their 15th in a row, and this is not an easy place to do it. They had to come all the way across the country. They actually came from Johnson City to Atlanta to Sacramento, which is about a 2.5-hour drive from here. Got the bus, drove down to Fresno, then played the game, win the game, and now they got to go back the same way. It wasn't easy but I think nothing but compliments to what they've done.
Well, to be able to step out of the Southern Conference, come on the road to a very tough place to play an athletic Fresno State team and get the W, it's going to serve them well coming down the stretch. Certainly has postseason implications for Murray Bartow.
I don't think there's any question about it. I think this is a team that should be in the NCAA tournament. It was a very impressive win because there were many times that they could have folded the tent, and they didn't. Fresno State went on a 17-4 run at one point, and East Tennessee State didn't flinch, came back in the face of a crowd that can be very hostile in this place, and just quieted the crowd almost instantly, and they're going to come away with a win, and a very impressive win that it was. So East Tennessee State wins it here in Fresno, and they have won 15 in a row, 23 on the year. That is a wrap for us from here at the St. Mart Center in Fresno. For my partner, Scott Highmark, I'm Barry Tompkins. East Tennessee State wins it. So long, everybody.